For the past few weeks, probably about the past month, I've been practicing the Wim Hof Method. And if you don't know what it is, it's worth having a look. There's a Wim Hof YouTube channel, and it's basically a combination of breathing exercises and cold exposure, along with some meditation as well, I think. I tend to just mainly do the breathing exercises and the cold exposure. There's a few different ways you can do the cold exposure. I mean, obviously you can just go outside with not really that many clothes on when it's cold, but immersing in water seems to be possibly the best way of doing it. So I tend to have a cold bath most mornings, and then every now and again I'll sort of come down to the river just because it's a bit more interesting, and just basically go in the river for a few minutes, particularly when it's cold. You can see it's just snowing a little bit now, and it is pretty cold. I'm not really sure how long you can safely go into cold water for, but I only go in for sort of 2 or 3 minutes. Obviously, you know, it's entirely up to you. Don't follow me. Sort of ask your doctor if you're concerned about yourself. But I find it really beneficial, the Wim Hof method, and yeah, I think I'll be continuing to do it. I think the water temperature is about 5 or 6 degrees, so it's quite a bit warmer than the air temperature. It's still definitely cold enough. Wouldn't like to stay in more than sort of 2 or 3. I sometimes stay in sort of 5 minutes, but never really longer than that. Otherwise, I tend to find it takes too long to warm up afterwards. Because I don't like to take a hot shower afterwards. I like to sort of let my body adjust and warm up by itself. I tend to try and dry off quite quickly afterwards, get some warm clothes on, and yeah, get back to the house and put quite a lot of layers on basically. And I find that it takes sort of half an hour to warm up properly afterwards. So I'm just heading back to the car now. Hopefully you can hear me a bit better now I'm away from the rapids and the river. I'm still feeling a little bit cold, but I'm warming up quite quickly. I tend to find it's my hands and my feet that warm up the slowest. Right, I've got a bit more daylight, and hopefully the sound should be a little bit better now. So yeah, the other part of the Wim Hof method is the breathing exercises, which my understanding of it is it's a case of taking about 30 sort of continuous controlled deep breaths, followed by a breath hold which lasts until you feel the urge to breathe, which actually you can hold your breath for I find using this method, because the deep breathing kind of oxygenates your body, you can hold your breath for a lot longer than you thought you could, or I could anyway. So yeah, you do the 30 continuous breaths, the breath hold, which is on an out breath, so you exhale and then hold, and then you would breathe in when you need to as a recovery breath. Hold that for about 15 seconds, I think, and then repeat the whole procedure of, you know, the 30 continuous deep controlled breaths, followed by the breath hold, followed by the recovery breath, and I think you do that 3 or 4 times, and it's quite strange the way your body reacts, really. I tend to get sort of tingling in my fingers, sometimes in my feet. You just feel really chilled out afterwards. I'll sometimes meditate for sort of 15-30 minutes afterwards. I think it's got quite a lot of other benefits, to be honest. If you check out the Wim Hof information on maybe the Wim Hof YouTube channel, it'll give you a much better idea than I can. But yeah, generally I think it's a really good thing to be doing. I really enjoy it. And with the breathing, I just do it in a very controlled way. You know, I don't force anything. I don't force the deep breaths, and I don't force the breath hold. I just make sure I'm comfortable the whole time I'm doing it. So yeah, I'm very careful when I'm doing the breathing. I do it sort of lying down in a comfortable position. I wouldn't do it anywhere near water or if I was driving or anything like that, because I think there is potential for you to pass out as a result of it. So I just do it when I'm lying in bed or sitting down, and yeah, I think it's really good. So I definitely wouldn't consider myself an expert on the Wim Hof Method at all. I would advise you to do your own research and maybe visit his YouTube channel or his website. You can buy online courses, I think, off him, which I might consider doing in the future, but at the moment I'm quite happy with sort of just following the free videos and things that are out there. So that's just been my experience of the Wim Hof Method. I'm not 100% sure I've been doing it right or anything, so I definitely wouldn't follow what I've been doing. But it's definitely something I'll be continuing to do. I've found it beneficial so far. I think there's maybe a little bit more to it than I'm aware of at the moment. I think there's maybe sort of yoga and meditation that's maybe involved a bit more than I realise, so I'll maybe be looking into that in the future. But yeah, as I say, I'll be continuing with it, and I'll maybe make an update video in the future and let you know how it's been going. If you've been doing the Wim Hof Method as well, please feel free to leave a comment below. Let me know how you've found it. Particularly if you if you live in a hot country, I'd be interested to hear how you get on with the cold exposure side of things. Thanks very much for watching.